All right, we're recording. 100,000,000 reasons why college football 25 is horrible, sucks, and is atrocious.
It's completely terrible and
Terrible
overhyped and completely manufactured by popular opinion.
by popular
But
opinion. But
Capers doesn't like anything about the game at all.
and that's obviously exaggerated.
When you watch the game, it looks terrible. Like it
But
looks
what do
bad and
you like,
clunky.
Mister
But there's
Mister?
things about the game to like. We've been playing this game for what, 2 days now?
2 days.
The strip logic is better than previous Maddens. The fumbles, the amount of fumbles, the hit stick logic is better. Like to actually force fumbles on big hit sticks, it looks more skill based. The actual timing, but of course they can't make animations look good anymore in today's day and age. So it all looks clunky and terrible and like it was made in 2011.
Literally,
Bro, like when we said 11 years ago, we didn't mean just make NCAA 14 again. You were
literally,
supposed to
bro.
make it better.
Supposed to make it better, bro.
It's embarrassing.
This game,
But we're supposed to be happy.
everybody in the world, and I do mean the world, is quote unquote sucking off this game only because of
Yours truly.
the nostalgia aspect. Only because of that.
And they
Take
didn't even butter it up first.
nostalgia away, and everybody would agree with me on why this game is terrible.
Nostalgia needs to be
Allow
banned.
The
me
be-
to explain. You can't make tackles in this game. Everybody breaks open field tackles, like every single open field tackle. There's no way to play defense. The coverage is busted. Bryce, what did you say about the Road to Glory?
the road to glory is bare bones. There's no high school. You don't get to build your own star. You just choose what star you are. Then you just choose what quarterback you are. It gives you pre-designed stats. You don't do any kind of combine to figure out like bro. Put in some kind of effort. You literally just pick what position you are. Pick your name, your number, your height, and then you just pick what school you want and they tell you if you're going to be a starter or a backup. That's lame.
That's so lame.
That is lame, bro.
That is
I'm sorry,
actually
that's not
horrible.
immersive at all. At that point, I don't even want to play it.
The aggressive catches, wide receiver versus DBs, are horrible.
Like, I think that they forgot that they say they play on defense for a reason. Why is it that the defensive backs have better hands than the wide receivers? This is a problem on Madden, and they say this isn't a reskin of Madden, but it's a problem again on this game.
It's a complete reskin.
Bro,
Oh my God, a tackle on the first time.
it's obnoxious. An actual tackle.
The angles, the when you run the ball and
The
you're
pursuit angles.
completely cooked. Like there's three
Oh,
defenders on you. You're pinned to the sideline. You're not
guess
pinned to the
what?
sideline.
You're not pinned to the sideline.
They
This game
the
is too
angles
joysticky.
too joysticky.
It's too joysticky. Okay, if we want to have a realistic football game, this is not how we do it. This is a step backwards. This
The
is less realistic.
when you think a play is over, the play is quite literally never over,
Never over ever.
ever.
Bro,
There's no
he warped
defense
me.
on this game.
He warped in front of me.
Like if I
Oh,
really wanted to, I could do that the entire game, every play, and put up 98 points. But like the pass rush is horrible. The offensive line mechanics is horrible. The blocking sucks. The kick meter, I do like how the kicking is crazy. I do like that.
me too.
I do
It's a
like the
realistic
home field
college form.
advantage. Only
Me too.
the only issue I have with that, you play the game and off rip, nothing has to happen. Just
Right.
off rip, they on your ass.
We've all watched a football game before. The crowd does not come out that hot. They have to work on that.
Yeah.
You have to. Something needs to happen. Something big needs to happen for them to start going crazy like that. Unless you're in like a dynasty and it's like a big game. That's the only reason.
Oh my God, I made a tackle on the first time.
He made an infield tackle.
Wow.
Open field at that. When you think they have the seam, they don't have the seam.
They don't have the seam.
You just run east to west on this game until you just get past them. I don't like it. It's not realistic.
It's not realistic. You guys, I understand the hype about college football.
Right.
I get it. I really do get it.
And I'm not saying that it's not fun or it's just a bad completely, but bro, can we be unbiased and objective?
And objective.
And just say it for what it is.
For
It's
what
a
it is,
Madden
bro.
reskin. It's a Madden reskin. Can we stop acting like they made a new engine or that they reinvented the wheel with this and that it wasn't just hyped up from a bunch of TikTok shorts about what we were gonna do when it came out? I mean,
Literally, bro. Look at that offensive line mechanic.
bro.
They're double teaming the dude, and a guy comes off the edge when he's right in front of them. Look at that. What was that? What was that? Right? Now, Bryce, tell ladies and gentlemen about that little Facebook argument you had.
Yeah, this is the whole problem. This is why we're even talking about the game in the first place because I was in
Like, look at
the
that.
face. Oh my
Like, look at
Lord,
that.
have mercy.
That's the quarterback
and then
doing
he
that,
fumbled,
and
and then he
got
picked it back up.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Yo, can we
Yo, the Facebook comments, bro. Everyone, it was 100% universal praise and admiration. Any other opinion was vilified.
Oh,
They were
shit.
disgusted that someone could find this game to be anything but the greatest thing since literal sliced bread. Why?
Now the
What
Dynasty
about this
mode
game?
is cool. Oh, he baited me. Hold on a dot. The Dynasty. I'm sorry to cut you off, cause I definitely just asked you to tell them, and then I completely cut you off. But just allow me to say this before you go. The Dynasty mode is cool. That's a big focal point of the game. I understand that. That's really good, and there's
Of
a lot
course,
of
and it
creative
needs
things,
to be.
and there's a needs to be, it's supposed to be. So that's
Because
good.
while
I'm
we're
not
on the
necessarily
topic,
just
and I'm
talking
gonna let
about
you
that.
finish your point, but
Oh, I'm
while
done.
we're on the
Oh, I'm
topic,
done.
other than because they're saying it's not a reskin, this and that, it's a new. Okay, that's cool, right? So other than Ultimate Team and Dynasty is just franchise, but we'll say that's a different mode. That's the only different mode. Road to Glory is just create a player franchise, but on college. That's the only difference. It's this they already have that mode. Literally, Dynasty is the only mode that's not already in Madden. That's on this game. They took a bunch of shit out, but they didn't put anything new in.
Literally,
You
bro.
can't play like what?
Like I said, Chad, if I wanted to do this literally every play, I could score 98
And he's backed
points.
off. That's not pressed, right? He's
98
just
points.
completely filleted. That's my star cornerback.
Now, back to your argument.
Back to my thesis about what we were talking about, which was the fact that this game is sold for full price right next to Madden. Right? And I would make the argument that you could sell these games together because they're so similar. And you could load up the EA football game and the left side could be NCAA and the right side could be Madden. And that would make just as much sense because these are not even barely different games.
Literally.
And granted, it's football. How much different can you make it? And I understand that. But no mascot mode?
No mascot mode. Are you kidding?
We had
No
mascot
team
mode a
play.
decade ago.
A decade ago.
No team play of
No
any
team
kind
play
with your
of any
friends.
kind.
With your friends. Like, bro, no team play of any kind with regular teams.
With regular teams.
What is this? This is garbage. This is trash. And then everyone's sucking them. What?
Yeah, bro.
And then everyone's sucking them? That's obnoxious.
Yeah,
This is
bro.
a pathetic effort.
Pathetic
Especially for how
excuses,
hyped up it was. They knew that this was a big release.
There's no
They
way
knew
they
that
played
everyone
this
was
game and thought this shit was
anticipating
him.
this. They did not
But
think
they
this
didn't
was
think it
him.
was him. We did.
We thought it was him. We thought it was him. We bit on the fucking advertising that they didn't even barely do. Hook, line, and sinker. As always. And then look at this.
Literally,
Bro, catch the ball over your shoulder.
The
Oh,
receivers
my
drop
Lord.
the dumbest passes, just like how Madden
sorry.
had the dumbass knockouts.
We have to fix the receivers. We done with the 2020 receivers in EA Sports. Because this is ridiculous. I don't want it to be like Madden 17 and Odell Beckham and all that. But, bro,
16.
why don't they catch literally anything?
Yeah.
Or at least if they're going to drop everything, make it look pretty. Why are the animations so terrible?
Terrible, bro.
Everything is so warpy.
This game needs major passing. I already know what the comments are about to say. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You don't know anything. You're silly. You're silly. The game just came out. A lot of the let's be real, bro. The game needs serious patching. Do you really think EA is going to fix it? Give them a chance. All right. But the game's cooked. It's just cooked. He picked his own man off, and I overthrew a wide open pass. All right. That's normal though, so I can't really complain too much about that. That happens.
Yeah.
That happens.
That's just something that happens on this
That's
game.
something that happens, so we can't really. And let's see, does he make a tackle? Okay,
Absolutely not.
Tackle. But it was 2 people, not 1. Like the game
See if we can spotlight some terrible things while we're playing the ball game here.
The game is
nothing wrong with that.
Dog poop, bro.
The game is dog poop, and I mean, and this is what I'm saying. Just as a person who's played Madden for more than 2 days in my life, how could you play this and say to yourself, "I've never played a Madden that felt like this"? Like what? What is so different about it? That's what I want to know.
That's what I'm saying. What is so? Comment down below, guys. What in the F
give us your opinions.
is
Other than this
actually
being
so
the
different?
NCAA football game, what about it makes it special to you guys? Because I think what me and Capers are trying to say is this is garbage, EA garbage, like always.
Like
And I want to know why it's
Diggs
being inflated.
was draped all
Trayvon
over
Diggs.
him.
But, you know, I think everybody, like, I think that at the bare minimum, there should have been a mascot mode.
Yes.
There should have been a team
Should
play.
have been
3v3.
3v3.
There had to be team play.
That
Bro,
would have made this game like
so infinitely more fun.
infinitely more fun.
And then, if we get into the hypotheticals of the situation, we're already seeing that they're gonna put in some campus legends into the Ultimate Team. But I'm assuming that we will never ever even breathe or smell on any kind of historic college teams in this franchise.
Nope.
It would never happen. Even though they could make it happen, they're just cheap, and they make $40 million in a day
In one
on a
day,
reskin.
on a reskin, they made $40 million. They won on a
Like
reskin.
in a day.
Once again,
You know how your whole entire family worked for generations? In a day, they made more than that.
Literally, bro. They make more than that in a day. Than your
In
whole
one
entire
fucking
family.
day.
And you're
On a
telling me
reskin.
right now we couldn't get some of these modes in this game, bro.
On a reskin.
On a reskin, and you guys are just sucking this game because of nostalgia and nostalgia only.
And I get it, guys. I remember. I remember when NCAA 14. You know what I'm saying? We were all happier, right? But that doesn't mean that this is a good football game. That's not what it means. That's absolutely not what it means.
Yes, this game.
As we get into the play of the game.
The O-line, the tackling, the defense as a whole, the pass rush. But this is my point, my ultimate bearing point. This is my ultimate bearing point. First of all, how did he not catch that? Second of all, here's my bearing point. This game, in my opinion, and I know games, you know, they need time or they need this. I get it. But this is what I'm saying. You have had 4 years to work on this product. You don't think after 4 years a lot of this shit would be ready? They've been working on this game since 2020. It's 2024. At least 3 years.
Oh.
You mean to tell me with a straight face? Like, look at that. That's a star corner. Getting back. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought I caught that shit. Damn. I thought I actually generally caught that shit.
I did too. Yeah, I did too. That would have been horrific.
But
I wouldn't have been that surprised. I would have been somewhat surprised because they literally can't, but I wouldn't have been that surprised because this game is literally terrible.
Literally terrible.
He tried to strip me, and he was still there.
Running out with his arm out. He was still there.
Come on.
Oh, shit.
Come on,
Look
bro.
at this. He's running with his arm out. Who's running with their arm out at somebody in real life, bro?
What the fuck?
Shaq,
Oh, my lord.
who is running with their arm out at somebody like this as they're about to tackle them? Come on, bro. And that's not just
Oh, we
college, that's
have to
Madden
do
too.
better.
And we be on
Yeah, we
Madden's
have.
ass. Don't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
we're
that's the
Madden
point.
heads. You guys are missing
But
the
that's
point.
the whole point, right?
We be
That's
on
literally
Madden's
the entire
ass.
point. When Madden comes out, everyone gets on their ass every year. But for some reason, just because this isn't Madden, it's supposed to be good. That's what I don't understand. That's the whole thing I don't get because it's different
Every
fucking
year,
jerseys.
Madden comes out terrible. And niggas be on Madden's ass, rightfully so. Nobody's denying that.
Rightfully.
Nobody's taking that away from
Absolutely.
anybody who gets on Madden's ass. You are supposed to. Why aren't you doing the same thing with this game?
Be consistent. When you think you have the edge, you don't have the
When you
edge.
think that, there you go. A
There
prime
you go.
example of when you think you have the edge, you actually in reality don't have anything. I had that edge. How did he get over there? I like
Body.
the detail with the dudes putting the signals up for the defense and all of that. That's tough.
Me too. I'll
the
say that
graphics.
the exterior, the settings is so much better. And I wish that they put even half the effort, which they should already have that kind of effort put into Madden. This should already be a given on the football game. That's a big part of it.
Literally, bro.
Bro. Oh. It's upsetting. It's upsetting because we want the game to be great.
Oh,
Why is it terrible?
the QB contains are horrible. Can't forget about that. Look at that. I broke a tackle. How did I break that tackle off of that interception? But that's nitpicky. We're not going to nitpick.
We're not going to nitpick just for the sake of the video, but what we are going to do is just objectively say the truth that this game is not that good.
It's not that good.
It's not that good.
And you know it's not that good. So quit capping. Like I said, you guys be on Madden's ass, rightfully so. But be consistent. You guys
And we don't
know
want
a
to
bad
gatekeep.
game when you see one.
We don't want to gatekeep whose opinion matters and who doesn't, but if the comment that you're going to leave is going to have something to do with you've been playing Road to Glory and blah, 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 blah.
Just
Bro.
don't even bother.
Yeah, like I get that you finally got back on the game after 10 years, and that's fire.
And that's good.
And enjoy playing the Road to Glory where you can't watch any of the key plays other than when you're on the field. And you can't pick your own playbook. And if you play for the Houston Air Raid offense, they're going to run the ball every first and second down.
Yep.
That Road to Glory sucks. That is a horrible
Yeah, worst
game
road
mode.
to glory of all time.
It's not good.
Not an exaggeration.
It's not good.
Zach,
And-
chime in, man.
Go ahead and
Dude.
chime in, Zach.
I will tell you, not being able to play high school like you brought up earlier is the stupidest thing ever.
I
And
agree.
you picking your stars, you not having to earn that shit? What the fuck?
It's like, why would I even want to play at that point?
Yeah, what's the
Like, it
point?
defeats the purpose of
Yeah,
it.
it's gay. It just makes it not fun.
It literally just defeats the...
We're going to have to cut that. We're going to have to cut that.
It literally
We gotta-
defeats the purpose, bro.
We're going to have to cut that from the video,
This
bro.
game is the biggest letdown of 2020.
Bro.
That's a flag.
It's a flag and inaccurate for no reason. Why is that inaccurate?
He said, like,
Someone in the comments, teach me how to throw the football.
Teach me how
Somebody
to Dougie
teach me how to throw the pistol.
teach me how to Dougie. And I broke another tackle. And I stayed in bounds. Like, you cannot make this up.
Yeah. Let's see, what have we gone over? I like. Okay, so let's say something they did better than Madden, but that doesn't make it good. It doesn't make it a good game, but what they did better than Madden, the quarterback fumble logic is better. That like the fact that they don't fumble just from getting breathed on is better.
Oh, yeah. Quarterbacks definitely don't fumble. Super
That's
easy,
better.
For sure.
Cause that was ridiculous
Yes, it was.
what they was doing.
I will give them that.
The air in the ball is still terrible. Like they need to fix air in the ball. They need to put in a whole new animation system for like when the ball's coming down and the DB and the wide receiver are fighting for it. Cause that shit looks terrible, and it still looks terrible, and it has looked terrible. Okay, and they bumped me.
Oh, I can't get no time. Shorty, I ain't got no time for you.
The
Yeah,
only
but-
reason
Zach. Yeah,
I
chime in,
really
Zach.
like this
Zach, chime in.
is because finally I got to play with JSU for the first
No,
time.
yeah.
See and
Nostalgia.
see now stop right there.
No, no,
But Zach,
like
but no,
I
no, you're
never got
right.
to play
Zach,
with
you're
JSU,
fine. Zach, you're
and
fine.
that's the
Zach, you're
school I
fine.
went to.
Zach, you're totally fine. He makes that what he just said is me and Capers' point entirely. Mainly the reason I like this game is because now I finally get to play with such and such. Because people have been fiending to play college football. It didn't matter if the game was good.
Yes,
It
that's
didn't
the
have to
entire
be good.
point. And like I said, I can do
That's
this
the whole
all
problem.
game
I'm
and
shaded
put up
over top.
98 points about
10
my team.
yards behind him, shaded over top. Why is he getting played? It does if
No,
I'm
no, but
shaded over top.
another like what I'm saying though is JSU has never been in a college football game before.
No, once again,
Right, but
Zach,
that's-
you're right.
Oh,
You're making our
okay.
point.
That's
Okay.
the point.
Gotcha.
Nostalgia. You want to play
And
But
not
that's
it-
not
or-
that's not
that's
nostalgia.
not
No,
though.
sure,
nostalgia.
but you're sure. But you want to
But-
play college football. You want to play college football.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you're right. They haven't been in the game.
Oh, my shit started lagging. Oh, my shit started lagging. Don Juan Yang. I think
And they did a great job on the stadiums because I will
Yeah,
say
well, yeah. We mentioned that.
JSU Stadium looks exactly like it does in real life.
We absolutely mentioned that, and that is true. They did a great job. Dude, why is my shit lagging? Like, what? Why am I lagging?
Gooby.
All right, bro.
Zach, you literally made our point, Zach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
like
did.
my whole point. Is I feel like people are just overinflating how good the game is because they want to play college football, and it's
Nah.
fine to not care that it's a good game.
There
But-
was one big thing that we completely missed. Or we've
Okay.
been talking for 22 minutes, and we have yet to talk about.
Okay.
The dumb-ass switch stick.
Oh my lord.
I get the point,
Okay.
but how
The
did you
switch
make
stick.
that and think that shit was him? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, you thought that was him. That is horrible. I mean, that's bad,
That's
bro.
literally horrible.
That's really bad.
That's literally horrible.
Like, I don't know. Like, did they never play a single game of testing? They just didn't even try it out and see what they thought about it before they played it. Because if anyone played this game for more than 20 minutes that has played online play before and seen that, there's no possible way they thought that was him. That is a horrible feature. No
Horrible
one wants
feature.
that. I'm out here making 45 adjustments before the snap, and now I have to worry about accidentally getting quick snapped into just ruining all the
It's
shit I
ruined
just did.
Everything I just did.
Like,
You
bro,
snapped and
come
pushing
on.
the stick down or up, and now they put
That
me
is
on
bad.
the left corner, and that dude's on a streak 60 yards down the field burning me.
And then people are gonna go in the comments, well, you can turn it off in the setting, but why is it the natural setting? Why is that the base setting if you can? And I bet that you can't either way. But even if you could, as he throws another
Like
touchdown,
I said, I could do this all night if I wanted to
Like,
and score 98 points. If
it's
I really
literally
wanted
an embarrassment. I've tried every different way. I'm gonna back him up 15 yards next time, and he's still going to get torched. That is not okay.
to. It's not realistic.
It's not okay at all.
It's not realistic, bro. Zach,
It's just
anything you have to add?
Yeah. I don't think so.
So what's
let's
your
talk
takeaway of
about-
the game, Zach?
Well,
This is
I
a public
enjoy
discussion.
it. I enjoy it, but you do have to remember also, not only have I not played college football game in so long, I haven't really even played football games in a very long time.
Okay, so coming from you,
Right.
it's a different lens.
right.
Yeah.
It's like a Cartier lens. I gotta keep it all the way.
Because
Look
Madden
at
for
this.
sure fell
You think
off
you have the angle.
years and years and years ago.
He broke another tackle.
Now, like Madden 12, that was too good. Madden 12 was amazing.
Oh my god.
Amazing. Yo, that's my favorite Madden. That and 04.
Same.
Madden 12 is my
Oh.
favorite Madden, number one though.
And even then, like, okay, let's say if they but that's for nostalgic reasons. Like, if they brought back Madden 12 now, it wouldn't be that good because we glorify things as children.
True.
We glorify things as children, and then when we get older, we don't like.
I mean,
stuff.
I think
We wonder
Madden
why.
12 really was just great for its time.
Sure.
Oh yeah, for its time.
I mean, now though, you're right, but
Look at that.
definitely for
Because
its time,
people's
it's
Look at that.
expectations
Hold
is
on.
different.
He broke the tackle twice on the same animation every
The
I mean,
same
single
exact
time.
animation.
but we expect games to like get better and better and
Well, and,
better.
and
And like
and I
while
think
we wouldn't be like happy with Madden 12, I would say it actually is a better game now than like Madden is today
yeah, I
still.
would agree with that. But I would say another part of that is we as players because look at what happened to Fortnite. Okay, this is another thing that we do as players now. We look for exploits, bugs. We look to break the game. That people didn't used to do that as much, so they didn't have to
No,
work as
dude,
hard.
Yeah,
nano
I
They've
would
blitzes
always
are
been a
disagree
part of
all
with
the
over
that.
the
game.
old
I
man.
They've always
disagree.
been a
I
part of the game, but
disagree.
it's different. It's different.
No,
It is
nano
different because
Nano
blitzes
blitzes
were
used to be
so
insane.
common.
yeah, but you
Everyone used
actually
to
had to
run.
find
Oh,
that
dude,
yourself.
and no, 8-year-olds
Oh,
used to run nano blitzes.
type shit.
Holy mackerel!
That
Dude,
animation is crazy.
yeah, 8-year-olds would go on YouTube and look up the nano blitzes and run them every play.
And you could yeah, just like you could face catch on those games and score every play. I mean, I wouldn't say that they were the most balanced or realistic games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Like,
kind of what we loved about them. Kind of like
yeah, it's
Call of
more
Duty
fun.
4 and Modern Warfare 2.
Now,
I think
Bryce, can you talk about how you said you feel bad for Madden almost because of what you said yesterday? For those who don't know what you said, you feel
so.
bad because they tried to do what?
They tried to actually do something unique. I think it was face of the franchise. They tried it a couple different ways. And whenever they tried those unique things, everyone hated it and just ruthlessly made fun of them. So of course, like if you put in a bunch of effort multiple times to something that took a lot of effort. Now granted, no one asked for that. Like we asked for specific things that you didn't give us. Why can we still not play against each other in the Pro
Dude,
Bowl?
to be
In the Pro
real though,
Bowl, yeah.
face of the
Hold on.
franchise is
Back
fucking
him
ass.
off.
Why would you
And
even
back
try
him
that?
off. Far shit
Okay.
left. The left guy. Farther. All right.
Face of the franchise was the stupidest mode
Blitz
ever
me.
thought of.
Hold on. Back him off and don't blitz.
All right.
Yeah, so they tried, but you're right. They definitely tried. Now, Chad,
There
let's
was no
see this. Let's
reason
just
to
see this
try
live.
face of the
Let's
franchise.
see this live.
Like, why would you even try face of the franchise though? It's such a bad idea.
Oh my god.
He backs him up 100 yards. And he still.
Yo!
He still got cooked, bro. Oh, shit. Like, chat, you guys see this, man. And this is what people call game of the year or this or that. Like,
Game
come
of the
on, bro.
game of the decade, like,
of the
and they won't say
decade.
anything but good things about
People
it.
like me
It's
before
not
this
that
shit
good
came out. GTA 6 of sports games. I have no control over my wide receiver right there.
at all.
Trying
Like,
to back him
oh
up
my
to make a
lord,
play.
and you just can't.
You just can't do it. Madden tried to be different and got bullied for it. Completely bullied for it.
Dude, but
rightfully
it
so,
was
because their mode was
different in a
terrible.
dumb way though.
Yeah, their
Like,
mode was terrible.
Face of the franchise is such a horrible idea. It's not
Yes.
even that it's a good idea and they didn't execute. It's just a horrible idea in the first place.
You know, the problem with them is that they don't listen, and they can't do anything right. Because when we want them to just put in historical teams and just give us the Pro Bowl and let us play in the Pro Bowl and play with historical teams, what do? They make face of the franchise in Superstar KO mode.
Yep. Or put
Superstar
referees in the game.
KO
It
is
took them
fucking
forever to put
stupid
referees in the
too.
game, but this isn't about Madden, though.
It's not about Madden, but it's about EA because they make both the games. And it goes deeper than that because people are trying to act like this was made by a different people are trying to act like this was made by a different company that cares about cares about people and cares about the game being good.
Oh,
Like,
they don't care
why?
about people, but it was actually made by a different studio of like EA Sports.
Oh, wow.
By
EA Sports.
Oh, it was made by EA Sports, but
but
another
it's still
team of
it's
EA
still
Sports.
in the game though. It's still in the game.
Yeah, it's still in the game.
EA Sports, it's still not in the game.
Now, what
It's
we
quite
miss
literally
is EA
still not in
Sports
the game.
big.
Like, what
We
is
miss
my
EA.
zone doing?
What we miss is EA Sports Big.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Like, it's quite literally still in the game. Not in the game.
Dude, all the real ones miss EA Sports Big.
What is EA Sports Big, Zach?
You know,
Said it 4
NBA
times.
Street, Home Court, NFL
Oh, yeah.
Street.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we wanted to get deeper into the problems, it would be that they have no competition. But it's also us. Like, we bought this game. I'm sitting here
Yeah,
complaining
but-
about it. I bought the deluxe edition. I
But
pre-ordered
the
it.
only reason they don't have competition
So-
is because they bought the
They bought the
rights
rights
to
out
have
for it to not
no
have competition.
competition.
If a girl got with a dude and he was
Dude,
really good to
that's
her,
capitalism
you
for
wouldn't
you.
blame her. But if he
Oh
beat
my
her
gosh,
once, right? If he beat her one time, you would probably be like, "Oh dang,
What?
you should
No,
you should
Hold
probably
on,
leave
Zach.
him."
Zach, let him say that. Repeat that.
You should, right? Like if a girl got with a dude and he was good to her, right? Then you wouldn't blame her for being with him. But if he beat her just one time, you would probably be like, "Okay, you should probably get out of that relationship." If he beat her every year at the same time of year and then made her pay $80, why would you tell her to go back to him? He's gonna beat her again.
Yeah.
That's my whole point. If people act like EA is not gonna beat us, they are beating us.
To like a drum.
There's to a pulp.
And Zach, you said that's capitalism.
Yeah.
So kind of elaborate on that. Expand on that.
Well, it's capitalism because
There you
capitalism always ends up turning into monopoly capitalism, where one corporation or entity controls everything on that certain sector, and they make it so no one can compete. So you have to go to them for a certain product.
Now, Mr. Ferguson, is that true? that a good
That
point?
is true. That is what's called a monopoly.
That's a good
Which,
point.
if we had a real actual government that did the things it was supposed to do, they would stop that from happening. But unfortunately, we have lobbyists in our political system that don't
And,
actually
yeah,
withhold justice.
That's just capitalist. That's just capitalism,
Because
though. Capitalism
you can say
ends
the
up
same. No,
decaying
you can
into
say
it.
that. No, that's human nature,
Yeah,
bro. Humans are greedy. If it does, I don't care what system you have. If
No,
you go to socialism,
capitalism
and they still have
always
money-
decays into monopolies, though. Even in
you
things
could say
that
the same thing
you
about
can't have
socialism. There's
No,
no
you
social there's no social there's no such thing as like a social
because in
paradise.
monopoly,
So obviously
because
it ends the same way.
monopoly, well, because monopolies that exist under communism are controlled by the state and equally divided among its people, so it's
Yeah, but
impossible
they
to
never
happen.
actually end up that way because people are greedy. It sounds good if we were all robots, but people don't actually ever live it out that way.
The issue with that is why it hasn't happened that way is because you need to develop into the proper industrial standards to reach that. Like China has
What-
been getting closer and closer throughout the years. That's why their standard of living has exploded, while ours has been getting
Their
worse.
standard of living has exploded.
Yes, their standard of living has gotten near ours, while our standard of living has just gotten worse and worse and worse. You
Is
can
that
look
so?
that up. Yeah, it is.
So they don't have no ghettos in China full of their poor
Oh,
people.
no, I'm not saying they don't. What I'm saying
Okay,
is
I'm just
their
saying because
quality
I
of
said
life-
there's no perfect society, so clearly they
I
both
know,
end the
but
same way.
why I'm saying that is why a perfect society doesn't exist yet under a communist society is because they need to build towards that.
Okay, and the way they're building towards that is exporting their young people for labor, for other countries for cheaper costs.
What?
Is that a social
You do
communist
know
thing?
you do realize that countries are moving away from China because their costs are going up and up and up to produce there. That's why you hardly see any more clothes being made there, except for companies who still don't have like the capital yet or have long-term contracts
getting
to
outsourced
still
again.
manufacture in China. Yeah, because China costs too much now. So it's going
Yeah,
to like
now,
Bangladesh.
because but how did they get to that point? Is what I'm asking you.
Because of communism, because their
By
standard.
exporting their population.
I
Yeah,
know.
but
I
you
could
have
do
to
this
build your
all game is going
industry
98+.
though. You have to build your
I
industry.
understand that, but that's what Mao said too. That's the same thing Mao
that's
said.
exactly that. I know exactly what Mao said. That a good point. Like you have to build.
What did
your
Mao do, bro?
Well, Mao, just because he made mistakes, it was Dong
He
who
made mistakes.
Yes,
he made decisions.
Mao,
he made decisions. He made
dude,
choices.
Mao did not perfectly execute what he was saying. But Dong was able
And
to
that's my point.
execute. But Dong was able to execute the to change from a corporate society into a society that's happening on today. They're able to successfully transition now. They're transitioning closer and
Because
closer to socialism now because of Dong's.
okay, so we would have to if we were gonna. So you have to because I'm not gonna disagree with you
Because
that
you can't just because you
social.
can't you just can't press a button and turn on the communism button. You need to build it over time. And you have
But
to realize China has not even been a country for 100 years.
okay, that's true. China hasn't been a country for 100 years.
Well, like China has existed for 100 years, but the current government hasn't.
Right, the current government, but so like,
And
what do you think?
they were a feudal system less than 100 years ago.
So when you say this is what I'm interested in, right? Because when you say like communism, so I believe in like
You chat, don't ask
I
how this
believe
shit
in
got off of college
socialistic
football. But y'all get
ideas
the point of
of
why this
like
game sucks.
us all
But let's
paying
keep
into
watching.
a certain pot and the pot actually being paid back into society to help us all.
Yeah.
But what do you mean? Because when you say it, you say the workers controlling production, there's
Yes.
still going to be money. So how is that going to happen? How are we all going to be exactly equal? And
We
there's still
aren't.
going to be people going to their job.
That's not what communism is.
Okay. So what is communism?
Communism is just where people own their means of work. So, like, say you work in industry, say like you're an electrician, then you work for the electricians union, and then the electricians get a split pot of like the electricians' pay.
But how does that work though? How does that work? So if I've been working there for 20 years, I get the same amount of the pot as the guy who just started.
That's how it works in union jobs currently.
So you're saying if I go work somewhere with a union, I'll make as much money as the guy who's been there 20 years.
Yeah, unless they're on a former contract. But a lot of contracts also have wage increases for years too. But you have the same base wage, but they might have like say they earn so and so much more a
Every play.
year with
Every
years
play.
of
I
service.
could do this 100 times if I want to and score 98 points.
If that makes sense. Like you can have years of service in a contract, like because it would be decided by the workers, like what you get paid, like if that makes sense. Because you own your work.
Okay, you own your work and that's cool, right? So where do we go to work? Let's start off with that. No one owns this building. So I go to work in the government
State.
issued electrician building.
The
And they
state.
pay for all of our tools, they pay for all of our trucks.
Yep.
So then who schedules my job?
The state.
The state schedules my jobs, but someone has to have a job within the state, right?
Well, everyone has a state job.
Right. So then who's to say
And
say
then
that
you
the
also have to
person
remember there's still export economies in it, so you're getting money from capitalist societies. So you're getting money from capitalist societies influxing for like goods that are commodities and not necessities, for example. Like Yugoslavia did. They made the Yugo to help their economy by exporting the car, and it helped them. That's what paid for their national housing, and that's why former Yugoslavia countries have such high rates of housing still to this day.
And then he fell forward. And then he fell forward.
uh, so in your world, so what's the difference? What's the difference, Zach? That's what I want to ask you. Because if we're gonna argue about something, then I have to actually figure out what I'm arguing against. So I have to tie you down to a specific belief point.
The
that I could
difference
attack it.
between
So
The
what
di-
would be the difference? Let's say, okay, we give Zach the power over the economy of the United States of America. What is the difference going to be
well,
in the
if you
landscape?
give me the power of the economy, I'd give it to a way better economist than me. I just am a political scientist, not an economist.
So so now I say, Zach, I'm
Yeah.
giving you the power to decide and dictate the next 10 years of policy in terms of, okay, we're going to decide that we're not just going to go towards capital gains. We're going to go away from capital gains. We're going to go towards
I'd appoint Xi Jinping.
you appoint Xi Jinping. Never
Yes.
mind. I would never give you this power. Never mind.
I mean, if you allow
I
dead
thought we were gonna have a
people,
real conversation.
Yeah, Zach, we're
if
trying
you
to have a
allow
real
dead people,
conversation, Zach.
no, dude, I'm saying I'm not an economist. I can't like come up with solutions to all these minute problems that
No, I'm
have
not saying
more
minute,
solutions.
but I'm saying you're saying
But
that
because
you're
being an
saying that.
economist has so many problems that are other than just simple solutions to this. When
Okay, but
and
so that's what
I'm
I'm saying
knowledgeable
then.
about political science. I'm not an economist.
The man's not an economist.
Your whole thing is that you're a communist and that you're a part of the Communist Party, but then I ask you to explain to me how you would import communism, and then you say you're a political scientist.
Well, you're saying like how you implement it, and that changes based on where you are in different areas.
I said
Because
America.
communism is always a populist thing, and America. Honestly, I don't know if you can implement communism just because of the people here are so brainwashed against it.
No!
So so when you say you don't know
using it and you called it and
able
dropped
to
it.
implement it,
How do you
what
drop
would
it?
it be that you wouldn't be able to implement? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, it's just because communism all relies on, being a revolutionary system because there's not going to be any way possible for the capitalist class to just give it up. And there's not the revolutionary optimism in the United States as there is, say, in the global South.
So
And as communism is a populist ideal, uh, it's not popular enough in America.
So I guess, but no, but I'm saying that. So I guess I could give you that because you said you're a political scientist. So I'll give you that. I'll give you that answer. So it's not going to be as popular. And my question will be this: do we not already have? So do you at all? Do you think that it would be fair to say that to use socialism as somewhat of a simile for communism in this context, or it's not?
Uh, well, it depends on your
In terms
definition
of what we're gonna,
because yes, socialism is by definition a stepping stone towards communism. Some people do believe socialism. Because socialism by definition is just a transitory stage towards communism. But there's some idiots who think that socialism is the end all goal and that you can just end at the transitory state and you don't need to abolish the state in the end. Because that is the end goal of communism, is
okay,
to
that's what I wanted to
create
get
a
to. What's the
stateless
goal of it?
society.
So to create a stateless society, okay. So now I'm interested in that because the goal is to create a stateless society, but everything's going to be owned by the state,
Yeah,
all the business.
yes, until the proper industries are like built, because you can't just go and
Then
abolish the
what?
state
Then what?
overnight. Then we live in a utopia.
Okay, so we abolish our state and then it's just perfect.
Well, you have to build up the entire world into a communist
Oh,
system
there,
to
now we're getting
abolish
somewhere.
states.
See, because you were keeping it at one state, and I was thinking this is interesting
No,
because
yeah,
you're talking because you were using that as a
big,
part of your argument was to be able to trade with the capitalistic
no,
states.
yeah,
But
yeah,
you're, but
in the
yes,
socialism you will, because it's a transitory state.
But it's not my AP.
but
Perfect
eventually
time,
your
man.
end goal
Hold
is
on,
for the
hold
whole
on.
world to eventually be
Yeah,
socialistic and just
well,
get rid of states.
I mean, it has to be for to be communist, because if you drop your state, you're just going to lose your land if the whole world isn't communist.
So the whole world. Okay, so this is a more interesting. So the whole world is communist. This is the question that I want to ask you. Let's get down
Yes.
to the tax of your belief system. All right, so we
Yes.
get past all that bullshit that you were just talking about, right? And the whole
Yes.
world is communist. So what is the difference? What makes it a utopia now?
Well, you can do whatever your mind sets you free, instead of being forced to go to a job you hate. You can travel all you want.
We're gonna do this,
You
and we're gonna
have
build
to.
up
You
the
have to.
utopia, and
And you,
then
I mean,
everyone's gonna
you'll
stop
still
going
have
to
to
work.
work. No, you'll still have to work, but your work will be something you enjoy, and something you're passionate about, rather than, a job you hate.
But why? Why would it? Why? Why would it be? Why?
Because
Why
you're
would I
able to.
enjoy installing air conditioners more for the state in the utopia than doing it
Big.
for
That's
America
not.
for money?
Well, is that what you want to do with your life? Is there not
So
something
I
you
want to talk
dream
about
of more?
football. So if we have this communistic
Oh,
state, they're gonna
oh,
just let me talk about football and give me my
if you're
rations and my
talented
money.
enough, yeah.
Okay, so we'll have the state-sanctioned football teams, but
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you want to look at how socialist sports and has actually worked in the past, that there
I mean, I
actually
could
is a
see
good
it working
example. And
100%.
no, they did work, and they worked great
No,
in East
yeah.
Germany. And like
I mean, it
East
makes perfect
Germany,
sense. It's a
yeah,
sport.
like
People
mhm.
play it regardless.
And yeah,
But
and
it's
like
like,
sports are, you could argue, even better under socialist states, because socialism always puts an emphasis on sports
compared to
compared to
capitalistic,
capitalist states. Well, I mean,
don't do that as much.
no, like capitalist states love sports, of course, because but that's because there's a capitalist instinct, while socialist states go after sport for, maximizing the capability of the human body.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that.
So the people who do it for capitalism just do it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, and like there's a like if you look at the Olympics when East Germany existed, which by the way was a country of only around, I think it was like 6 million people, they would come in second every Olympics, only behind the Soviet Union. So the Soviet Union and East Germany would come one and two, two
So
socialist states.
in your communist society, like we have our own currency, we have our own bank account. You buy your own house, you get to choose all your own shit.
Oh, your house is provided for you.
Oh, so you get the state issued house. So
I mean,
what is the
unless your industry like like allows you to
be
requires you to
rich?
be able to choose where your house is, like a politician or
Don't get
something,
it. Hey,
because
NCAA
yeah,
25
not
sucks,
everyone
Scott. Football
So
25
needs a
sucks.
then
house
Fuck what they
and
talking
a
about. The game
and
sucks.
like
I
where they
listen to my
get a
reasons why.
like
They listen to their
want to
reasons why.
live. Like certain
See you in the next
industries
video.
require houses